folks, Aboriginal words can be pretty long sometimes and also hard to say, especially for Australians from other cultures, you know, like everyone except Aboriginal people. But really, we are amateurs when it comes to long place names. So let's have a look at some of the long place names in Australia and from around the world. Now, there's no AI in this video. I listened. So if you really want to hear a boy from Cairns struggle pronouncing some of the longest place names in the world, hang in there. And as always, should you or any of your team be caught or killed, wrong script. If you dig the vibe, like, hype and subscribe. And you know what I'm going to say? Meh hada. Well, folks, welcome to Mamungkukumpurangkuntjunya Hill in South Australia. This is a fairly indescript hill, but it has the longest place name in Australia. Aboriginal word, of course, meaning the place where the devil urinates, which is, okay, whatever. Didn't know they had a devil, but obviously they do now. So about 20 k's away as the F-111 flies, there's a little town called Manili, and you can go here. I'm not sure you can get out to the hill. Wouldn't be much to see if you could. So there are a few notable mentioned long names in Australia. One that comes to mind is Woolloongabba. This is a local Turrbal or Yagara word, which can mean a chain of waterholes or a place to fight, or a place where the Brisbane Lions teach the rest of Australia how to play Aussie rules. Coonabarabran, awesome little town in New South Wales. Name means an inquisitive person in the local language. That's a bit cute, considering they've got the Siding Spring Observatory there, and it is the gateway to the Warrumbungles. An awesome spot for geo-nerdery. Well, folks, the longest name in Victoria, not really a town, more of a little, crossroads, Boomahnoomoonah, which they think in the local dialect, the Parangarang people, means a place of lots of water. But we don't really know. So this is the site of the former St Osmond's, which has been moved, but you can still go there and do the 14 stations of the cross. In concrete, of course. You didn't think I'd leave out Indooroopilly, did you? This is another Yagara word, which means Valley of Leeches. So not much has changed there, really. It also has another meaning, valley where twats play too much for their houses. It's an awesome spot, and yes, I used to live there. Rob from Walkabout with Rob's got a great video on the history of this. Check it out. Now, folks, for the longest place name in the world, we have to go to New Zealand. And here we are in Wellington. This is their Parliament House. Now, I don't know much about Maori people, but I can tell these people are passionate. And they don't sound like they like to be pushed around. If only there was someone in Australia that could show this much passion in our Parliament House. Okay, now that I've burnt that into your brain, and remember, Pauline, just jokes. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, New Zealand. Folks, we're heading out of Wellington now to this fairly indescript little hill up near Hawke's Bay. There it is, the greeny, baldy bit. And you've heard the name of this before. Well, you are if you're old enough to remember the 1970s and 80s. So I'm just going to play it briefly for you and tell you where it came from. So that's from the immortal Kenny Everett. You never knew that was a real place name, the longest place name in the world. Now, the imagery on that's a bit non-PC nowadays. Wasn't real flash back in those days either, by the way, but it is what it is. So let's have a quick look at this. But first, the weather.
Right, fine and sunny weather in te taumata whakatangihanga ko wauwau o tamatea turi pūka ka piki maunga horonuku pō kai whenua ki tana tahu. Meanwhile,
I'll say the name for you. Taumata watatangi hanga ko au tamate urapu ka piki maunga aho oro yuku puka iwi e o nuate e tanatahu. That's as close as you're going to get from me. So what does it mean? Well, it means the summit where Taumate, the man with big knees, the slider, the climber of mountains, the land swallower who travelled about playing his kurau to his loved one. A lot of respect for Maori culture, but you guys got to work on that. That's way too stupidly long. I can't help but feel that was written by a tourist board somewhere. Well, folks, here we are at the beautiful Battersea Power Station. We got to get going though. We got to head out across Oxford and Shropshire and head out to beautiful Wales. And we're going to the ancient island of Anglesey, the last place, the last stand of the Druids. Here it comes, here's Anglesey, but just before we get onto Anglesey, we're going to drop down into this little town. And it is a small village, it really is. But it has got something very special. It's got a railway station with a really, really long name. No, I'm not going to say it. I will say it later on, but I'm not saying it now. Here it is here. Nothing to write home about, just a good-looking little British village with a fairly good-looking 18th century railway station. So, let's have a look at this word. But before we do, we probably should check the weather again.
The UK, just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Coonabarabran, the temperature...
Shanbaya Pulgen Golgeskura Harangro Harandobul Lantasilo Gogogoch. So, is it a real name? Well, it's real enough. It's as real as any name. All names are made up, really, aren't they? It was deliberately made longer to attract tourists 100 or so years ago, and it worked like a train. There you go. We're still talking about it. Ooh, what's next? Welcome to Lake Chagogagog Manchanagogagog Chanbangan Amagog. So this is the longest place name in the United States. It's a lake in Massachusetts next to a little town called Webster. Not bad fishing apparently. And that's about it. It goes something like Twee buffels met en skoot morsdood fontein. Now, I know it sounds like you're saying something rude backwards, but that is the longest place name in Africa. There is no imagery for this, it's just a paddock. So anyway, and all the imagery you see online is fake. Moving on. Venkatanarasimharajuvaripeta is the longest name in India. It's a cute little railway station over in the Andhra Pradesh, down near the border of Tamil Nadu in India, and it's on the Southern Railway. Saganisoninmonzenzenkōjiyamachō. Well, folks, that's the longest name in Japan, and it means the mountain town in the Saga district before the gate of the Nissanji temple associated with Zenkoji. It's a portmanteau, words put together to make one big word. Now, I haven't been to that temple, but I have been to this temple, and this is worth going to. They don't tell you this, but that's a nightingale floor. When you walk in, as you walk across it, it chirps to stop the ninjas from sneaking up and murdering the big dude who would have slept there at night. The garden is awesome, by the way. If you've never been to Kyoto, go there by all means. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're going to be templed out. There's like 2,000 temples, and they're all... They vary from the ones that fit in the palm of your hand through to this amazing things that look like they've come out of Star Wars. So, anyway... one more to go. Pekwachnamaykoskwaskwaypinwanik. And that is the name of a lake in Manitoba, and that's the longest name in Canada. What does it mean? Where the wild trout are caught by fishing with hooks. And there you go, and it's in the Cree language. I thought the Cree were those blue guys that invaded Earth, but anyway, it must be a different story. That's the longest name in Canada. Hey folks, just at the end, a few honourable mentions, a few interesting bits and pieces. First of all, you hear all these YouTubers, oh look, I apologise if I've wrecked that name. I don't apologise at all, in fact. As a matter of fact, I am what I am. You make your name so hard to bloody well say, that's what you get. Everything you've heard here tonight is from the mouth and from the ears of a North Queenslander. I barely speak English, let alone these languages. Anyway, let's have a look at a few interesting bits and pieces. So folks, this is the little town of Mimili. We talked about it earlier, back in the Australian section of the longest name. Have you ever wondered why Aboriginal people make such great AFL players? There's so many of them in the AFL, and they are fantastic. This is where they learn to play. I think I see. No guts, no glory. And finally, folks, the amazing Oiri Tepenelich weather girl with a few more things to say. Keep rocking, everyone. T-Rox is out. Here comes Oiri.
Tangihanga ko wauwau o tamatea turi pūkā ka piki maunga horonuku pōkai whenua ki tana tahu. Meanwhile, hang on. Gwern drobo hlen silio gogogoch. Hlen Sicilio gogogoch. Meanwhile what? You're gonna use that, eh? Gwern drobo. I can't do it. I can do the Māori one, should I do it again? Te taumata whakatangihanga ko wauwau o tamatea turi pūkā ka piki maunga horonuku pōkai whenua ki tana.
Great Scott!
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
It may be the key to the whole plan. Get it?
Got it.
Good.